Good morning, everybody. It's Jeremy with Double J Farms Homestead. Wanted to come to you this morning and just share a thought that's on my heart. A little country theology, and hope this will help somebody. You know me, when I get something on my mind, my heart, I have to share it. So I pray this will be a blessing to somebody. We want to talk just a little bit about dusting ourselves off. You say, what in the world are you talking about? Well, I hope by the time we get to the end of this video, you'll understand. I don't know if you can see. It's hard for me to tell, but I'm sure you can. See that hummingbird feeder there? I'll be honest, I haven't even saw a hummingbird until yesterday. I come out on the porch of a morning to sit out here and meditate and pray and drink my coffee and that kind of thing. And I just happened to look up at that hummingbird feeder and saw all those webs on it. And it wasn't long, I saw a hummingbird fly up, took one look at those webs and flew off. Haven't seen it anymore. And I thought, well, I don't blame you, you poor little fella. All those webs on it, and it's empty. That dusty thing sitting there not being used. And it got me to thinking about us as folks. I've heard the expression my whole life, if you don't use it, you're going to lose it. And I think they refer to talents that we may have, and you may say, well, I haven't figured out what my talent is. I'm going to be honest with you, I haven't figured out what mine is either. But we can be used if we somehow, if we dust ourselves off, just like that hummingbird feeder there. It's covered in webs, dirty. That hummingbird took one look at it and flew off. That can be the same said for us. When we are dry and dusty and maybe even covered in webs, so to speak. Maybe just sitting on a shelf, no earthly good to anybody, or even ourselves at that point. Regardless what shape we're in, I believe with all my heart we can do something. If it's nothing more than a phone call to encourage somebody. You know, for me, when I don't practice regularly with music, I can tell it. And I try to put a lot of work in every week to be prepared for Sundays that nobody has any clue about. When I'm down with the treatment, I'm not able to play, and I get weak and that kind of thing, and I can tell it when I go back to start practicing for the next time I'm there. That's the same way it is with anything. And we all can do something. I watch y'all's videos on here, and I'm like, I wish I could do good videos like all these other folks do. I try my best with what I do, but it still doesn't seem like as good as I want it to be. I don't know that we ever get satisfied, but at least we try. I think about people who are gifted. Miss Jackie that helps the boys with the calves. She don't see it, but she is such a gifted teacher when it comes to that, but that's her passion. I think about Lynn, probably one of the greatest encouragers I've ever met in my life. She always is trying to help everybody and puts herself last in doing so. But she has such a heart, and I think that's a God-given thing that God gave her, and it's a talent of hers, helping folks. And when we all look around, there's something we all can do. But if we're dry and dusty and covered in webs, so to speak, as I said, we're not being used. Just like pieces of equipment on the farm. Some pieces of equipment may not get used but once a year. And they're put back in the shed and not brought out until next year. Well, when they're brought back out, they have to be cleaned up to get ready to be used. And that's their purpose. But I believe we as folks, people, I believe we can stay cleaned off, dusted off, and stay in operation, if you will, to help somebody. So if you feel dry and dusty and unused, get up, dust yourself off, and like I say, if it's nothing more than calling somebody and say, hey, just wanted you to know I was thinking about you, do it. Send a card, go see somebody, take them something, take them a meal. We all can do something. You say, well, I can't cook. Well, I want to tell you something. There's restaurants everywhere. You just go by and get something, take it to somebody. You don't know what impact you can have. And the thing about it is, when we're dry and dusty and sitting on a shelf, people are watching us. I had rather have a positive impact on somebody than a negative. And if we're all honest, we all have looked at somebody and say, well, Lord, they just sit there. They don't do nothing for nobody. They don't do nothing for themselves. That's a negative impact. We don't need to do that because, like I say, people are watching us everywhere. So I want to challenge you to dust yourself off, use your talents, because as Grandma says, if you don't use them, you're going to lose them. And let's have a positive impact on somebody we meet today. And I pray that I have done that in my 49 years on this earth to at least somebody, to have had a good impact on their lives, a positive impact. And the shape I'm in, I'm not able to do a lot. But I tell you one thing I try to do, I try to love on folks. And I try to serve folks to the best of my ability in many different fashions. But I hope you all have a good day. I hope this will encourage you and knock that dust off. Get up and do something. I promise you, it'll be worth it. So we love y'all. We appreciate you. Thank you for subscribing and liking our videos. But get up and do something. And as I always say, you keep loving on folks, keep serving folks, you keep bragging on Jesus, and I promise you, you will get the blessing. We appreciate all of you so very much. Hope to have some more stuff out. And Y'all just keep watching, and we thank you all so very much for your support. Leave us a comment, and because I'm telling you, we get so encouraged by hearing from you. And these videos right here are the least popular I do. Have the least views and all that kind of thing. But you know what? That's okay too. I try to have a little mix of everything. But still, if it gets on my heart, I'm going to share it with you. So y'all have a good day. And until next time, thank you for watching.